Welcome to Lotus Student Mentor channel. In this session, we are going to study while loop in Python. What is a while loop? A while loop in Python is used to execute a block of code repeatedly as long as a given condition remains true. If it is false, termination takes place from the loop. It is useful for when the number of iterations or iterations is not known beforehand. That's why while loop is also known as indefinite loop. Whereas for loop, we know the number of iterations can be known beforehand. That's why for loop is known as definite iterations loop. The syntax of while loop, here it is while condition. The condition can be less than equal to 0, greater than equal to 0, less than 0, or something variable. And the block of code of block to execute. When the code of block it is satisfied and it is not satisfied, then code of block is satisfied, then executes, printing takes place, output. When the code of block is not satisfied, then it comes out of the block, termination takes place. Let us take the simple example using while loop. This is the Python that got count equal to 1, while count is less than equal to 5. Here count equal to 1, initialization takes place, count is less than 5, checking takes place, and print when the count is less than count 1, count 2, then if it crosses, the increment takes place here, count equal to count plus 1 or count plus equal to 1. That means count equal to count plus 1. Here what will happen, the increment takes place. Then it's like that when the count is crosses the limit of the 5, in this case, then termination takes place. The loop will be terminated. Alright, let us take the practical demonstration of this simple basic while example. And we are going to see one more case. The output of this is that this is the output, count equal to count 1, count 2, count 3, count 4, count 5. When count 5, when crosses its iteration, the termination takes place. Now one more basic while loop example, if you see it here, print numbers from 1 to 5 using a while loop. Here I equal to 1, initialize the counter. While I is less than equal to 5, the condition, it is the checks, iteration checking takes place here, then printing takes place, the number of whatever I is equal to 1, I equal to 2, like that. When incrementation, increment the counters here, that is I equal to I plus 1 or I plus equal to 1. Now the output becomes here, what will be the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not 6 because equal to condition. Let us take the practical example by using we are going to demonstrate practically how this while loop takes place. The first step, I am going to explain it in this. Now print wow I equal to 1. Let us say if I equal to 1, what will happen? Initialize the counter. Is there any output? Here there is no printing, there will be no output. Here the output is that nothing will go because we mentioned the variable. The next if we go to here, suppose we give the condition and print I. Now very careful here, I equal to 1, initialization, when I is less than equal to 5, condition to run the loop, print I. Then what will happen here? I equal to 1. Now print I, 1 will be there. Is there any increment? No increment. Okay. And if there is an increment, no increment is there, very careful. This is at this time what will happen, the while loop comes, 1 will be printed here infinitely. It enters into infinite loop. Let us say I am going to display the infinite loop, how it goes on, keep on going for printing. Alright, Control S, then yes, you see the output goes on printing. It is a very danger. What to do? You have to stop this breaking, you have to use Control C. Then Control C means breaking takes place. Is very important. That's why when you give the increment, that increment makes to satisfy that iteration, then it will stop. Alright, are you getting it here? Otherwise it goes to run into infinite loop. Alright, that's a very cautious. That's why to stop the infinite loop you have to use Control C or you have to use the break, okay, in the program. Now what is the next one? To satisfy this condition, that's why it goes to infinite loop. Now if we give the increment I plus equal to 1 or I equal to I plus 1, then its checking iteration takes place. Now let us see the iteration of the program. Now I equal to I plus equal to 1, I equal to I plus 1. Now if you execute this program, what will happen? The printing takes place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I explain here in this video what is the while loop, what is the use of while loop, and the basic program of the while loop, and demonstration of the while loop, and also demonstration of the infinite while loop, how the while loop getting into the infinite loop. Alright, so with this I hope you understood. Thank you for watching.